here we are with the Pythia, and to start off with, what's the story behind your name?
The name came from a Wikipedia page, but the meaning behind it is the Pythia was the name of the Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi was, or the temple at Delphi was dedicated to Apollo, because Apollo slayed the snake Pythos and gained the title Pythia, and his priestess was then known as the Pythia.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially it. It's some pretentious.
And Apollo was the god of music, and
so the proper pronunciation then would be the Pythia. Right?
I don't know, I've been in the band for like 2 years and I still don't know how to say the name. So
you get full credit for Pythia or Pythia.
Yeah, gold star one way or the other.
I'm sure he's still out on that one.
Fair enough. So, how long have you guys been playing together?
About 3 years.
All of us together?
Yeah.
I joined the
all
band.
of us together.
No, I joined the band 2 Aprils ago, so 2 years ago this month.
I joined right after you.
Yeah,
I think you were last April, weren't you? 1 year ago?
No, it's been
longer.
Or is it 2 years for you and 3 years
I think
for
it's
me?
3 years for you.
yeah, something like that. I think it'll be 2 years this May.
We've been trying to.
2 years.
We've been getting things together for about 3 or 4.
Me and you started writing together again about 5.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then along the way, we've picked these guys up with us, and they stuck.
And so I guess you guys have played in other bands too, like
Oh yeah,
together and separately. And I know
Yeah.
you said you're in like 4 bands currently, right?
yeah. Right
Highly
now.
sought after.
All right. So what's your favorite band or artist right now, and what are some of your influences? And I guess individually, you guys could take this one if you want to.
I can easily go first right now. Mastodon's the biggest influence to me musically. Sorry if I stole that. That was your guys' answer too.
Motherfucker.
Their blend of, they've got like those southern roots sounds with like the finger picking and the slides and stuff like that. That's huge to me. The drums are, the fact that he plays drums like that and sings baffles me. And their start, like where they didn't have a vocalist and they all kind of stepped up to the plate, and now they have 3 very unique styles of vocals. I think that's awesome too. So they're definitely, you can hear their influence in our music, I'm sure.
Yeah. And Mastodon is definitely one of mine. Truck Fighters, even though they broke my heart and split up. They're just more stoner metal. I live in stoner metal anymore, and those guys just, there's something kind of primal about it. Elder is another band that if I hear a single Elder song, I have to listen to like the whole album. I just can't turn it off.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, it's impossible.
When one comes on, I go and switch it to the album and start the album from the beginning.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, sorry to keep parroting them, but I think Elder is probably right now my favorite band out of Boston. If you haven't heard them, you need to listen because they are amazing. But yeah, a lot of kind of heavier, fuzzier stoner rock. You know, of course, Black Sabbath is the progenitors of the genre. Then we're kind of in there. Love Mastodon, Elder. Yeah, Elder's right now probably my favorite band.
As far as bands go, I think for me personally, it's less about like the band and more about, you know, being influenced by individual drummers over the years. You know, this style doesn't really matter all that much to me. You know, so as far as influences go, you know, Danny Carey is a huge one. So obviously, I'm a huge Tool fan and always have been. And Dave Weckl, jazz fusion guy, is another huge influence. I'd say right now, probably those are the 2 guys that I listen to the most and I go, wow, like, I want to be a less mediocre version of that. Yeah. You know, I'm calling myself mediocre, not them, obviously. So for me, that's really what it's more about.
Awesome. So, where is home for you guys? Are you guys all from around here, or are you individually from different places, or?
The three of us are all from Bristol. We all went to the same high school, John Battle.
Yeah.
It's not saying we're. Gil's from Kingsport.
Yeah, I grew up in Kingsport. I currently live in Hendersonville, Tennessee, which is outside of Nashville.
Oh, wow. So you made a trip out then.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trip, but I love these fellas.
There we
It's
go.
worth it.
Like, what you about to say?
So, how was your experience recording your album House of Snakes? And are you guys recording or writing anything right now? Like, do you have any plans for a new album soon? Or
Yeah, we're in the writing process. We kind of stay quasi in the writing process anyway, but we're working on the next one.
Yeah, we have a concept for the album, and we are piecing together songs for it right now. House of Snakes was awesome to record. Those songs kind of span several years of writing, so it's an interesting listen, but it was a lot of fun.
I think it was our, for pretty much all of us, it was our first time in a real studio putting together a full album. So I know there's things we all would have done differently, but
That was the biggest thing for me. It was a huge learning.
Yeah.
Huge learning experience. And I feel like no matter how long we had waited for our first album, the fact that it was the first time we'd gone into the studio means we would have learned to do something different. But I think we're all still proud of the album, proud of the songs.
Oh yeah,
and we got the process behind us, and you know, it's just kind of get your feet wet into the whole thing. And you've been doing this off and on, you know.
I've done some session work.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've gone to a studio where I was really personally invested in what the outcome was going to be. You know, I'm a professional musician, so if I get hired to do something like that, I'm going to put my best possible effort into it. But once I walk out the door with a paycheck, you know, it's really up to them at that point. I don't really consider it my music. That was the first time I'd been into a studio to record what I would consider my music or my actual, musical output. And it was kind of nostalgic, too, because Mikey was my very first drum teacher. He got me started in this thing, and where Sonic Design Studio is where the old drum teaching room was. And we were the last project to go out of that before they closed the building down completely. So it was kind of nice. Like, I started there with Mikey, and then me and Mikey finished there together, and it was just kind of cool to be able to do that.
And you kind of touched on this, but literally the next question I had was, is there anything you guys would do differently in recording in your process that you want to talk about? You don't have to, obviously.
That's a loaded question.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to like gun somebody down here.
Well, just in a very general sense, I think spending more time and money in the process, because we didn't have a whole lot of money to spend at the time, so it ended up being, you know, everybody has to. We didn't have a time where we could all, you know, take a week or something to record and sit together and listen. So it's kind of like whoever can sneak into the studio for a couple hours here, a couple hours there, one at a time. And in the end, it came together and it sounded good, but we never got a chance to sit together as a band and really fine-tune, hey, maybe this part, we need the different EQ on it, so let's try to retake it with a different pedal, or, you know, that sort of stuff. We never got that chance, which for me, I think is something next time around, have some more money. Spend some more time.
Have more money.
Buy merch and stuff, people.
So getting to the self plug here a little bit. Are there any cities that you guys have your sights set on to play live in, like in the near future? Like, is there any place you guys are trying to reach out to right now?
Mendota, Virginia.
Bangladesh. No, we've got dates right now in Johnson City and Bristol. We on the horizon, we're going to have some dates in Knoxville. We'd love to play some more regional areas, Knoxville, Asheville. Maybe make the drive easy on me, play somewhere in Nashville.
Nashville, Hendersonville.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're trying to spread our wings a little bit, but you know, it takes time.
So this question kind of touches on something I asked you already, but what inspires your creativity, musically or beyond? And I'm asking kind of more in a broader sense than just music. Like, are there outside influences like TV shows or comic books? Like I know a lot of people do that kind of stuff, but or mythology. I mean, you guys obviously your name kind of came from Greek history / mythology. So anything else you guys think contribute to your
Day-to-day life for me personally. In writing, I usually am just reflecting something. Sometimes I know what it is, sometimes I don't know what it is.
Cool.
In terms of like lyric writing and things like that, and vocal melodies and what have you, I react a lot to what these guys bring to the table, and just kind of follow whatever particular emotion I'm picking up from them. But I mean, content and things like that, we've done a few songs where it's been based off like historical events and things like that, but
you kind of start with the concept.
And go into it. I find that not more difficult but more challenging to have the idea and try to flesh it out into something coherent at the very least, you know.
For the newer material we're working on, we do have we're taking a little bit different approach where we've come up with a story concept, and we hope to, we'll see how it all turns out, kind of mold this album around the story concept, and hopefully eventually maybe publish a short story or a comic book to go with it, just as, you know, expository material too, to help people understand the music on a different level maybe than just a surface listen.
That's a cool thing. Like Coheed and Cambria is big for that. And I think it's an awesome.
We've got a long way to go, so we'll see whether or not it gets finished by the time we record music. So no promises, but at least it's going to be, to some degree, a guiding, you know, a lighthouse for us to write to.
So with that said, are you guys like currently the music you guys have out? Is it sort of tied into an overarching theme, or is it like a song by song basis at this point? It sounds like you're moving into a concept kind of format, and
Right.
Our current music is more song by song.
Yeah, House of Snakes.
Yeah, it was.
That album is more song by song, and then this one's going to be a flowing
awesome
concept.
All right, so we're pretty well finished here. I guess since we are putting this online, is there a place that people can go find you guys? Do you want to shout out your Facebook page and your
Deezer?
Deezer. We're live on Deezer.
As of 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
cool.
Now, you can find us everywhere. Just Google it. We've got pretty good SEO.
Sweet.
Nice.
The Pythia, THEPYTHIA.
I had to think about
I
it.
like how you put a question tone on the end of that, like you weren't sure.
Yeah, iTunes, Play
Facebook,
Music,
Instagram,
YouTube,
Spotify,
whatever.
iTunes, Google Play, Deezer.
Deezer.
We're really trying to promote our Deezer.
They need help.
He's just hot right now. Well, anyway, thank you guys for coming in. If there's anything else you want to talk about, I'll absolutely take the chance to plug yourself here. But
I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you guys for having us here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The studio is amazing, which you guys will see in the video. Sounds awesome. So cool.
Well, thanks again, guys.
Thank you guys.
We'll see you out playing some shows here soon, I guess.
I
Definitely.
hope so.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you guys.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.